Good morning. Did you like the new intro? Starting off far away in the big world and then zooming into Margam. Good morning to our friends in India. I found out that we've got a lot of people from India watching the show. And everywhere else in the world, you're all welcome here. Gary's morning chat. Everybody's welcome. We all have a little chat together. Comments on the side there. Good morning, Kyle. Kyle Phillips is in the house. What a lovely day. Well, cloudy to start with. Maybe having rain later. Well, we will be having rain later. Bit of news. Boris Johnson's back at work after having coronavirus. Deaths in the UK are over 20,000. Furlonged workers urged to pick fruit as a shortage of people for that type of work. Some shops in the UK are to open by limiting the number of shoppers in store. Shoppers are to shop alone and to keep 2 meters apart. Homebase and B&Q are opening with a trial of over 100,000 stores. 100 stores, not 100,000, 100 stores. Good God. Weather today, low of 10, high of 14. It's going to be rain though. Exactly, and it's cooler in the nights because I hate it when it's too hot. US oil prices collapse further as production is blamed for overuse of production and vehicles are not using the fuel anymore. So they stockpiling fuel over there in America and they can't use it. So the price has gone. But we haven't seen the price come down that much in the UK. Good morning, John. How are you? John's in the house here. Cloudy day, innit? Bit cooler. Rain later. Brightening up Friday-ish. Trump has said at his press briefings are a waste of time because he's getting criticised too much. So I don't think he's going to be doing it much longer. But everybody's criticising and blaming Trump because of the virus. Well, if they're not going to listen to lockdown, people in California were on beaches over the weekend. The beaches were full in California, and they all know they're under lockdown, but they're still out there on the beaches spreading it like anything. And they wonder why it's so many deaths. Stupid, man. A cheeky rollerblading thief went into Dunkin' Donuts store in America, pinched all the money and rollerbladed back out. Good morning, Margaret. Cloudy start and a cloudy finish, I think, looking at it, with a bit of rain, but we need it because it's so dusty out there and the air quality. So a Dunkin' Donut thief in America. He rolled in, pinched all the cash and rolled back out, and nobody could catch him because he's on these rollerblade things, you know. Funny, really. Yeah, I think that was sort of a bit of a joke by him. I don't think he meant it. I was looking at the news, and he said, "Oh, we should inject ourselves with disinfectant." I mean, if he did mean it, there's something wrong with him, all right? Well, they're saying that, but then this morning, his news agency said that he's fine. But China have sent medics in there, haven't they? Right? Just sort him out, because apparently some botched work was done in his heart. The heart surgeon was so nervous, he was shaking. That's what I would be doing. Well, if he's alive, his sister will have the title passes down to his sister. I don't know what she's like. If she's anything like him, she needs to go as well. Debenhams collapse with 22,000 jobs at risk. Morrison's shop floor workers to get £1,000 bonus for a thank you through the period, you know. Bright House have gone into administration. the rental company with 2,400 jobs at risk. I think I went there once to have a look, but the price says really expensive. I thought it was just like a normal shop, but you get like a TV that's worth 150 and you pay back 1,500. So they've gone into administration. There was one in Wales doing that years ago, similar sort of thing, where you could rent appliances off them and all that, but you'd pay 4 times the price. Right, so they've gone down the pan. Vodafone said prices are going up next month for millions of customers. I'm on Vodafone, but I'll be switching because I'm on pay-as-you-go. So, yeah, buy as you view. That's the one. I don't think they still go in, or Kyle, are they? I think they went down the pan as well, don't they? Operating issue. See, he started from a house, didn't he, up the Rhondda, and he was doing okay. But then he went bigger and bigger and bigger, and then his costs then made him down the pan. And then Bright House started then. Might be the same bloke, you don't know, wouldn't it? But it's like you've got to pay weekly or whatever back now. Loads weekly. But then you pay in for 10 years to pay for telly. I can't remember. I thought he was just up the Rhondda, but if he was up there. I know he's a Welsh guy, but I can't remember where he started. Costa and Starbucks to close all stores until further notice. I thought they were shut. MOTs, 6 months exemption. Does that work? MOTs, the exemption work for taxis as well, Kyle? Have we got 6 months exemption from the council? I would have thought that they would have been stricter with taxis, but I don't know. So there's the weather. What did I say the weather was? Not very good, the weather. Lows of 10, highs of 14. Cloudy to start with, rain at times. Wet to start most of the week. Clear on Friday. So, how has everybody been? We got loads of viewers from India, particularly on the quizzes. They like the quizzes. I've got a new backdrop now for the quiz. Yeah, well, if people are owing their money now, perhaps they won't have to pay it back, and be a little. Normally, like if a company shuts down, they go into administration. The administration company then try to chase the money, but then they fold. The company sometimes folds because the administrators are too busy with all these other ones. And then that's it. Yeah, just be careful, that's it, Kyle. Keep on wearing a mask because you don't know who's behind you, coughing and spluttering, and then it comes in the front. So just be careful. You're behind a mask and a glass thing anyway, aren't you? Just be careful, that's all. Because the amount of people you see throughout the week, you're bound, if somebody's got it, you will get it. If you haven't, perhaps you've already had it. I think I've already had it. Because 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago, I had a terrible aching like hell. Couldn't get out of bed. It's the first time I've ever been in bed 24 hours. Couldn't get out. I'm buggered. It's not me, you know, I'm up in the morning early by this time. Couldn't get out of bed. So I think I might have had it. But then again, the flu, you know, if you have the flu, it's the same, innit? But I didn't have a runny nose or anything. I was just absolutely wiped out, you know. But it affects people differently, doesn't it? You know, perhaps I haven't had it yet. We don't know. Just got to wait and see if we get through it. Ooh. I wonder what life insurance is paying out these days. To sign up quick. Just in case. They probably won't pay out. So I've got a new backdrop for the quiz, which is a bit louder. Because the other one was a little bit dim. So I'm going to show you the backdrop now for the quiz. We're going to put that on. There we are. Brighter, isn't it? See? Can't miss that now, can you? When you're searching through the internet, you'll see that. Much brighter. And we got a new intro, so we can't get chucked off Facebook for playing music that they don't allow. Oh, I hate them. So this is the new backdrop. This will be on tonight, 9 o'clock. Bit of a mix of stuff we're having tonight. Posters perhaps, or photographs, or a bit of everything. I've had a look through what I'm looking to do and what's the most popular around the world. So ordinary posters and all that don't tend to be that popular. It's best to have a photograph and some text. And that's what everybody around the world enjoys. So we'll see tonight now. See what I got coming for you. Right. Let's change this poster back, otherwise it'll confuse everybody. There we are. See, quick as that. A couple of mouse clicks is done. So what are you all up to today? I've been doing daily walks. Coming back, I'm knackered. Gone too far, I think. Nice, isn't it? Change. And a new intro where we start off far away in the planets and we zoom into Margam. The epicenter of the world. There's a lot of Indians laughing their heads off now watching this. Yeah, I've been looking up the statistics for the show. Mumbai, Pune, New Delhi. People are all out there watching it. Not when it's live though, they must be sleeping, innit? So when they get up in the morning now, they can't wait, right? After they've done whatever they do, they come straight on you. Oh, that's it, see? That's why B&Q want to open up quick now. Get the paint out. Good morning from the USA, brilliant. Good morning from the UK. You're very welcome here. Elon Musk, well apparently Elon Musk is trying to get us quicker broadband. That's the whole idea with these satellites apparently. Because at the moment all your broadband comes from under the sea. Right? It doesn't go via satellite at present. It's a big pipe that goes under the sea, goes to Europe, and then stretches over to America. Good morning to the USA from John. All right. Oh, we'll catch up with Sonny later. Got 2:13. Whew. See, it's 8:15 here. Yeah, we've just been talking about the world. I know Trump is sick of the news briefings over there in America because everybody's taking the mickey out of him. And he's facing criticism, but you know, if he's going to be a leader, he's got to face criticism. And that's the way it is, no matter who you are. Like Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, is back in work. I think he was back in work Sunday, but officially today. So he'll be trying to get things back together. Oh. That's it. You can't believe everything. I think the amount of news that's flying around the world, you just got to take a little bit of it, and you know, what I try to do, I try to dodge the bad bits. You know. Yeah, we're all Brits here, mainly Welsh. A place called Wales, which is just off England. So we're about 180 miles from London. Excuse me. Yeah, we're all British. for the time being, but we've had people all over the world come in, yeah. Pakistan, India, yeah, Welsh. We like to distance ourselves from the English a little bit, because when God made Great Britain, he made Wales first, and he said, oh, they're having too much of a good time, we better put some English next door to them. And that's what happened. They put the England next door to us. So we got our own country. So we take the mickey out of the English really all the time, which is good, because they take the mickey out of us. So did it work last night? Hail Odin 666. There's a bit of a devil statement there, isn't it? Apparently he works, or she works during the night, and then gets up, has a spliff, and walks around in the nature. And we just have a cup of coffee in Wales. Get up, have a cup of coffee. Coffee gets up, I haven't got a smoke. And then off we'd go and do our little things. I do this every morning. Oh, they didn't. Ooh, what had they been saying about Canada, Margaret? Yeah, night shift. Hope it went okay with you. Keep safe, that's the main thing. Wherever you work in, you need masks on or whatever. George Bond is in the house. George, also known as 007. George Bond is in. Good morning, George. We're having a chat. We got a gentleman here, or are you a lady or a man? Hail Odin. We're not sure if you're male or female. Not happy in America or Canada? No, I don't suppose they are. Steelworks are flat out making dust. They are making. Have you seen that yellow dust we've been having lately? Cars stinking. Keep on. You can wash your car in Wales, where we live in. We live next door to a big steel making plant, and it don't get rain. The next day, the car is stinking dirty. You're a brother, are you? There we are. We don't mind, male or female. Whatever part of the world you are, you welcome here. All we do is basically talk to each other nicely, and we don't swear. That's the main thing, We try to keep it above board. So, what are you going to be doing tomorrow then? Hello, Odin. Not allowed to go out, Drew, over there. It's lockdown. See, it's supposed to be a lockdown in the UK, but there are people going out more than once a week shopping. And you're allowed out for it's not an hour, but you can have a little bit of time out doing some exercise. So they say once a day you can go out for exercise, but they don't say how long, I tend to go out for an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Then I come back knackered. We're all putting on weight, that's the problem, yeah? We're not getting out enough. So, but some parts of America, like California, the beaches were full on the weekend. Yeah, you have to grow your own. He's on today, is he? Yeah, 6 times a day people are running round. Our drug dealers, they're very busy. Their car, I know who they are, but their cars pass on my house. They must have a big demand for it, because the weed around here, good God. Thing is, in Great Britain, people tend to grow weed in their attics, right, in the top part of their house. But then when the police helicopter comes over, you can see light shining through the roof, right, because they got these big lamps, haven't they, the heat lamps to keep the cannabis plants alive. So the police go over the roofs, right, up that one, that one. Next day, 6 o'clock in the morning, bish, the police are in there knocking down the doors, arresting the people for growing cannabis. So that's how it is in the UK, you know. Or they might find a factory that's shut down and they start growing from there. They break in, put all of the plants in there, they rewire the electric, and they grow them then in these big factories without anybody knowing. It's quite funny. You doing YouTube, will you, George? Oh, we look forward to seeing that. George Bond has got his YouTube channel. That's in New York, is it, Margaret? And Canada. You've got to have a mask on to go in a shop. What time are you on, George? Kyle wants to watch you. What time are you going to be doing your show? We'll all be watching you anyway, perhaps. George Bond. Yep. Thing is, these masks, as I told you earlier in the week, pardon me, I bought these in a drugstore, they call it in America, but it's a chemist, we call them in the UK. I bought these from a chemist, you know, and they're not that good. They don't. Thing is, I don't smoke anything, but there are lots of people that do, and it helps them, you know. Oh, this afternoon you're going live with George? Okay, we'll watch out for you. Yeah, it's could be any time. Yeah, the growers in the UK, mainly small, you know, from houses and stuff like that. So there's plentiful supply here. But like we got a big sell on CBD oil. I don't know if you sell that in America. It's like the cannabis oil, and lots of people are using that. It helps them sleep, stops the aches and pains, you know. So I think you'll see a lot of production of that around the world, because people don't like people walking down the road with a big reefer, don't they? You know. So they take this little thing of oil, CBD oil. So and I think that's licensed for sale in the UK, CBD oil. So George, we need a time. You've got to set a time for when you're doing your show, right? If you do it every day the same time, you'll get people then coming in to see. They'll know what time you start then. So you need do it at 1 o'clock, right? If you do a show at 1, everybody knows then you'll be there at 1. So can you give us a time, right? Give us a time. We'll all turn up. You never know who will be there. This thing's falling apart. Yeah. So. Yeah, we know your YouTube name, but what time are you going on, George? Can you give us a time so we can watch? Because we can't wait by the computer all day, see? I can, but a lot of people can't. We need to know what time you're going on so we can be there and have a look. Otherwise, we'll have to have a look later on. Excuse me. So, in the UK today, bit of rain. It's been dry for quite a long time, weeks. So we're having a bit of rain here, thank God. Keeps the dust down. Only thing when it rains here, the grass shoots up, so you've got to mow the lawn every 2 weeks, you know. So most lawns are here are really cut really well and manicured. But that's what we have to do here. So, what do you think of Trump over there? Is he a good leader in America? What do you think of Trump? Because a lot of people hate him, don't they? I thought he was okay starting off, but as time has gone by, he sort of congratulates everybody, but the situation doesn't seem to be getting better, does it? That's why I think it's Trump is a bit weird. Oh, oil prices are collapsed in the USA. Thing is, our oil prices are still the same. Price of fuel dropped a bit. I remember for a £1 you could fill up a car. That's how far I go back. Now, whew. No, what do you need then, John? No, I haven't got much of that. What exactly do you need? Don't use any electronics really. Yeah, I mean, he's got the country, the economy was going really good before this virus, wasn't it? He was really giving China a good kick in, which they needed. And then that's why this virus came out, I reckon, see? Because America were giving China a beating with all the imports. And then they thought, oh, we'll release this agent now that's going to kill everybody. They had a bit of a strop. So, oh God. I don't know how to do that. You need to go to a garage, don't you, to get that done, where they can connect the computer up to the ECU, whatever it is. Yeah, he did. He did support us. Fair play to him. So I think once this virus is over and done with, he'll still be there because there's nobody better over there, I don't think. And then we can do some trade back and forth. So 12 to 3. It's a bit long there, isn't it? You're going to try some cannabis cake, are you? In Amsterdam, you can buy any amount of cannabis you want. That's in Europe. A couple of hours flight from here. But there's shops in Amsterdam that sell cake that's got cannabis in it. And you can have a couple of slices, eat it up, enjoy. So years ago, when I was about 18, I tried magic mushrooms. And I had a bottle with magic mushrooms in there, the LSD in there. And I made a squash. I drank it down. Oh my God, I can't remember the weekend. It was a heck of a state. Never been there. Loads of flowers there, innit? They're all chilled out over there, see, in Amsterdam, aren't they? That's what we need over here, is a bit of chilling out. I wouldn't mind going to Amsterdam. Have a look. Don't know if I'll try the cake though. Have to bring you some back, Margaret. Or get the recipe and the ingredients, bring it back. Make it over here and we'll sell it in Tambinese. She going to New York, is she? Good God. She can stay with your relatives over there, is it? Oh, you've been there lots of times, have you? Good gosh. Yeah, they have all sorts going out there, don't they? Enjoy themselves. 12 o'clock, is it? There we are. If you stand at 12, we all know then to have a look at it, George. Right? So 12 o'clock, George Bond is going live. And you can all go and have a look at that. And we'll see what his live stream is like. Yeah, so I think cannabis will become used everywhere and it'll become legal. Because then you haven't got to have these people then putting stuff up in the attic, you know. But they'd be growing out in the garden then. Be buzzing. Because it gives a bit of a pungent odour, doesn't it, cannabis, the plants. It does stink. I remember a house opposite me was rented out, right? Right opposite me, just across the road, some Turkish guys had rented it out off some Indian landlord. They covered all the windows, everything. Cannabis farm. But you could smell it. You could smell it in the air and you were wondering where the hell it was coming from, the smell. It was only across the road, and the police broke in, and they had 230 plants out of there. I think he's just chatting, George is. Yeah, it's a funny smell, John, isn't it? I'm not keen on the smell. I don't mind if it's a whiff, right? But when it's really strong like they are opposite, it was buzzing, you know? But I think it's like the steelworks, it makes a smell, but we don't smell it anymore, do we? You get used to it, you know? So as it becomes more prevalent, I think everybody be using it. No, it's the other way. You lot are ancestors from us. We came over there, man. We're not against the Scots. Scots are our friends, and the Irish. It's just the English are so... They look down on you, you know? I used to work for a lord, right, in London, near London in Surrey. And he'd be looking down on you all the time. Oh, Owen, what are you doing this? Oh, what are you doing that? You know? So they tend to think they're upper class all the time. When they're not really. Alright, you start at 12, we finish at 3. There we are. George Bond will be doing his talk. About something or other. We're on the same island, right? We're all joined, but we got like, you go so far and you're into England, and then you go so far, then you're into Scotland. So we're all on one island, except the Irish are on a different island, right? But we all get along, but it's the English that sort of talk down to you all the time, you know? But I think you'll find out that I think the British probably found America, do they? I don't know. My history's crap. Margaret, can you come in and explain? Thing is, America had people over there, didn't they? You know? But I don't think the Americans came over here and discovered us. I think we went over there and discovered them. Who do you believe in it? George Bond's on at 3. Main thing is we're all here now. That's the main thing. We're all enjoying ourselves on this internet. Where would we be without the internet? Be back in the garden, wouldn't we? Reading books again. Out the shed reading a book. And watching telly and listening to radio. I don't watch TV anymore. Watch this. Yeah, English don't like us that much. Good morning, Michael Lawrence. You're welcome here. New person to join us, Michael Lawrence. You're welcome. We got people from Wales here, and there's a gentleman here from USA. Yeah, the indigenous ones, they were the first ones that were there, and they? I don't know, I'm not sure where that one came from. John, what do you reckon? Where did that name come from? Does anybody know? Michael Lawrence, where are you from, Michael? Are you from the UK? We're having a general chat. We've done the weather and everything. Weather's awful. Cloudy. Highs of 14, lows of 10. Rain coming. We need some though. May well be, I've never heard of it, mind. But the Welsh did spread around a bit, you know. Like Rorke's Drift and all that. When that fight was going on, there's loads of Welsh there. Michael, you're from London, are you? Oh, great. I got a couple of friends up in living up in London. And how's the lockdown up there? Yeah, I'm not sure. Never heard of it. John's not sure either. I'll have a look today. I'll look it up and let you know tomorrow morning. So you're from London, you? I used to work up in Surrey, up in Leatherhead. Well, I lived up there for 18 months. And I used to travel into London weekly. But, how's the lockdown up there? Is it easing off a bit now, the virus, or is it still really bad up there? I don't tend to hear much now. We just have a general death figure, don't we? We don't know where they die in. And they haven't released the amount of people who are dying in nursing homes. It's quieter than normal, is it? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's just, and the weather, innit? Nobody wants to go even out the garden in this weather. It's going to rain. It's going to be really bad today. Boris, he's a bit of a mixed bag, but I like him. I think a lot of people like him, you know. But like every leader, you can criticize him, you know, for certain things. But generally, I think he's a good person. You're up in Heathrow, were you? Where was you staying then? Staying local, innit? In Heathrow? He was surveyor, wasn't he? Or is he a surveyor or something? Patrick Lyons? I know he hasn't been too good the last year or so. But yeah, Boris is okay. He's a bit... he doesn't seem to take life too seriously, you know? Yeah, that's it. The rest of them there, in his cabinet, they call it, they're a bit wishy-washy, you know. He's more of a definite person. He wants to go down a definite route, Boris does. But the people that are around him are not so educated, I think. It means the rest of the government, you know, his government behind him are not sort of, how can I say, they're not big decision makers. You know, they're waiting for him to come back in so that they can do it. Oh, I bet you did. There was no planes flying out of Heathrow when you were there. Yeah, so Boris Johnson is a good leader, better than the Labour candidate that we had. which is useless. But Boris Johnson came through. A lot of people voted for him, and he seems to be the right person for the job. It's just a shame that this COVID came, and he caught it, and the government sort of has been on hold. Well, there's loads of people dying and no decisions being made. So we just got to wait now and see what his next ideas are. Because a lot of shops want to reopen. Yeah, he's coming back today, isn't he? Michael Lawrence. Yeah. Boris Johnson. I haven't seen much of the new Labour guy, the Stammer guy. I was all Labour, but since Corbyn wrecked it, I've gone back to, well, in between. So politics is really hard, isn't it? Because they get your favouritism and then they do something totally different. Exactly. Every leader does need support. You're right there. And they are a bit like puppets. They like trying to make up their own minds. Because this thing is a new virus, nobody knows which way to turn, do they? And they got to look at the science. And the science suggests that we've got to keep away from everybody. We're all on lockdown. But then you've got people then wandering around 6 times a day. The police don't seem to be doing anything. They're not finding people, or very few. You can't chuck somebody in jail for it, because the virus is in the jails as well. So, I think Boris is okay. He may get us through it. There's going to be loads more deaths, but it's affecting a certain type of age group. It's mainly older people. Thank you. It's mainly older people that seem to be dying, and people of colour, which I can't work that out why that is. Yeah, we've had no leadership for the last couple of weeks because he had COVID-19 and he was in the hospital. So we haven't had any leadership really. It's just been daily briefings by people just doing their normal jobs, There's no sort of deputy prime minister really with the fight. I mean, Boris has got fight in him, And I think once he's back in the seat, then the direction will be sorted out which way we're going to go. But until then, we really don't know what's going to happen. It's just there's a lot of things that Trump done, which I found were brilliant. I don't think he was on the respirator, but he was in intensive care. So he was seriously ill. But he didn't need that, John, did he? But to be in intensive care, whether that was because of his position as Prime Minister, they put him in intensive care. That may be it. But he did look rough. As far as Trump said, right, no people coming into America, right? But they haven't done that in the UK. The airports are still open. The Channel Tunnel is still open. Ferries are still open. There's still people who are ill coming over here. I can't work that out. I really can't make that, Yeah, he's okay, Boris. I think he's aligned with Trump, but Trump's a little bit... He's under a lot of pressure, isn't he, Trump? And these daily briefings, I think he should step back from them and do it like every couple of days. But the daily briefings, it's sort of to show that he is in charge and he's still there with Trump. That's what I think. But if he stepped back and done it every couple of days, he wouldn't be criticised so much. Because the death toll is shooting up in America, but that's only because it's a bigger place, It's a larger place. People are living closer to each other. So I just hope everything settles down now in the next couple of weeks, that we get over the peak and deaths start to stream out a bit, and we get over it. But we should stop people coming into the UK, because they still come in from China, still come in from France, from Italy and Spain. Them 4 places are the ones highest death rate, apart from the USA, but they're still letting people in. Yes, he's a bit vocal on Twitter, Trump, isn't he? Thing is, he should leave his PR company handle all his social media, tone it down a bit, because he worries people, you know, when he says that the best thing for you to do is inject yourself with Dettol or whatever, disinfectant. It's not a good not a good thing, is it? If you inject yourself with that, you're dead. Tell you what now. So, how is everybody this morning? What are you all doing? Huh? What are you all up to today? I'm going to do a different video today. I'll start it. I've got an old metal vise, and it's rusty and solid. I'm going to do a video of me doing up that vise. I know it's boring. A lot of people think that's boring, but they enjoy mechanical work, you know. That's what my job was, mechanical engineer, supervisor. So I'll be doing that, and a video of how to clean up this vise from rusty old junk to brand new. Well, we'll try, innit? You know, try and get it back to brand new. But it may take a lot of work. So, but that's something to do, see? Can't do any more grass. I'm sick of cutting grass and pruning the bushes and I can't stand weeding. Oh, I think that's about it for today. So we all know the weather. Today, cloudy and showers in the UK. Top temperature 14, low of 10. Brighter Friday. See you all tomorrow morning. Don't forget now, George. What's that? Going for a walk around. Take your umbrella, Margaret. Yeah, Stonehenge. We've all been to Stonehenge. Yeah. Yeah. She's the boss, see? John, you got to listen to her. Yeah, quiz tonight, 9 o'clock here. That's UTC plus 1 hour, whatever that is. George Bond. Afternoon is PM. I think it's PM. It's past midday, innit? PM, I think. But afternoon is PM, George, just for you to know. Yeah, we've all been to Stonehenge. Yeah, it's not that far from here. It's about an hour and a half, is it? From here, Stonehenge, Bath, innit? Okay, Margaret, love, see you tonight. 9 PM tonight. Yeah. Boris and Trump are okay, I think. I think we'll all be okay, you know. So 9 o'clock the quiz is tonight. Anybody wants to join it? And we'll see what type of quiz we've got coming up. Some easy questions, some hard ones. You know, just like. Right, we're gonna go to our world now. You'll see where Margam is now, for you to have a clue where we are. And I'll join you all tonight for the quiz at 9 o'clock, and tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock AM in the morning for some news and a bit of talk like today. So all keep safe, keep healthy, See you later, John. And don't forget George's live stream from 12 o'clock. I'll go along and watch George. Don't you just love it when that happens? I'll see you all tonight. Bye bye for now.